Today on TubeFlex Media, let me ask you a question. What if your AI could do more than just write? What if it could actually think and design right alongside you? We're going to look at two new updates today that might just solve some of the biggest headaches for content creators and marketers. So let's see if they actually live up to the hype.
And wow, this really hits, doesn't it? We're not just talking about I need another coffee tired. We're talking about that deep, soul-crushing, creative burnout. The kind you feel after rewriting an AI blog post for the fourth time, just trying to make it sound like a real human being wrote it.
Okay, but this is where things start to get really interesting. Google's Gemini 3 Pro is being framed as something different. Not just another AI that spits out words, but a strategic partner. An AI that can actually get the context and, think about what you're asking it to do.
Now check this out. This is a feature they're calling DeepThink, and it is a potential game changer. Imagine asking an AI for a statistic. Instead of just confidently making one up, it pauses and essentially says, "Hold on, that's not so simple. The research shows a few different things, let me break it down for you." This could be the end of AI hallucinations and having to triple-check every single fact.
And then there's this other thing they're calling vibe coding, and honestly, this is just wild. You can basically describe a simple tool you need in plain English, like you're just talking to a friend, and it will build a working version of it for you right there on the spot.
And we're not talking about gimmicks here. Look at these examples. People are already building things like simple ROI calculators for their websites, or tools that show you how your post will look on Twitter versus LinkedIn, custom UTM builders. These are the little things that cause so much friction, things that used to need a developer, and now you can build them in minutes. This chart just says it all, doesn't it? Think about repurposing a long webinar. The old way was a whole day of work, watching it, taking notes, pulling quotes. The new way? You upload the video file, the slide deck, and your grand style guide. And what used to take 6, maybe 7 hours is now a full suite of content in about 20 minutes. That's just insane.
And you can see how this applies to real everyday problems. You're out of ideas for ad copy? Feed it your customer personas. You need to pull highlights from a podcast? Just upload the audio. Your client wants you to make sense of a bunch of dense reports? Let the AI synthesize it for you. It's moving from generic prompts to solving very specific, tangible workflow issues.
Okay, so strategy and text are one thing. But what about that late-night design crisis we talked about? Well, that's where Nano Banana Pro comes in. And yes, that is its real name. Think of it as the AI design assistant you've always wished you had.
Seriously, can we all just admit this is the most frustrating thing ever? You generate this beautiful, perfect image, and then the text on it looks like absolute nonsense. Marketing strategy. Ugh, we've all been there. It just instantly makes everything look cheap and unprofessional.
And here it is, the solution. It sounds so basic, but for marketers, this is absolutely revolutionary. Nano Banana Pro can generate text in an image that is actually spelled correctly. You can read it. This feature alone is a huge deal for anyone creating ads, social posts, or anything with text.
But it's so much more than just fixing text. I mean, look at this level of control you get. You can generate complex technical diagrams. You can create variations of a YouTube thumbnail. You can blend multiple images together and keep the same person looking consistent across a whole series of visuals. And you can export it all in high res. This is bridging the gap between a quick AI mockup and a real professional-grade asset.
All right, so as exciting as all this sounds, we have to keep our feet on the ground. No tool is a magic wand. Anyone telling you otherwise is trying to sell you something. So let's have a quick, honest look at the limitations here.
So here are the big things to remember. First, a great story and a clear message will always be more important than a pretty picture. Second, you still need a human eye on things to make sure they're truly on brand. Third, generating these amazing high-res images can be expensive, so watch those credits. And finally, of course, the ethical questions aren't going away. You need to have clear policies for how you use this stuff. So, after all that, what's the real bottom line? What does this actually mean for those of us who are in the trenches creating content day in and day out? Well, it means we now have a whole new level of advantage. This is probably the most important idea to get your head around. These tools are not here to replace your brain or your creativity. They're here to get rid of the annoying, tedious stuff, the friction. All that manual work, the endless tweaking, the writer's block. They remove the junk that gets in the way of you actually doing your best work.
At the end of the day, the goal isn't just to make prettier pictures or write blog posts faster.
The real win, the real prize, is getting your time and your mental energy back so you can focus on the stuff that actually matters. This strategy, the big ideas, the message that truly connects with your audience.
So I'm going to leave you with this thought. Imagine the tedious parts of your job just vanished. The creative roadblocks, gone. What does that make possible for you? The friction is gone. So what will you create now?